As we have been reporting, Ida has weakened and officials will soon begin assessing the devastation it left behind. Omar Villafranca is on the ground in New Orleans and has been following the latest there. The thing about it, we mentioned that Ida has weakened, but it hit New Orleans at full strength. What is the damage like on the ground where you are now?
Well, Anne-Marie, what we're seeing now is, with the sun coming up, just pockets of destruction around the city. I'm standing basically in the rubble of a building. It was over 100 years old at this point, but now it's just a pile of bricks. There's wood that's smashed together, some metal and some pipes. It's gone. It survived dozens of hurricanes, but it couldn't survive the winds from Ida. And it didn't just fall straight down. Over there's a little bit of destruction on a car that it just collapsed onto it over there. So as the sun's coming up, we're seeing pockets left and right of this, and it's quite a sight to see.
Yeah, you know, we spoke to you earlier. It was still dark out. I could see that there was destruction behind you, but I had no idea how bad it was until now, which I imagine is what is happening clear across the city, that people are waking up, walking out of their houses, and, you know, they're stunned by what they see. I suppose at this point, can we even talk about a cleanup effort, or is it a little too early now? Now it's about assessing the damage, and do we have any idea just how much damage there is?
Well, the folks here don't really waste any time. I mean, if there's something to clean up, they will start. But you're right, there is still a lot of people assessing the damage around here. As a matter of fact, it was quiet when it was dark, but now that the sun is starting to come up, we've actually heard sirens. We saw an ambulance pass over there. So they're starting to respond to certain things as well. The winds have died down, obviously, and it looks for now some clear skies. We'll see how long that lasts. There is rain in the forecast, but it's going to take a while. The big problem here right now is not flooding. It is lack of power. More than 1 million people across the state are without power. Basically, the whole metro New Orleans area is without power. People who were in line to fill up their canisters for a generator, those generators are getting to work out. In fact, the city is using generators to work on some pumps to keep water moving and keep some sewage moving as well. They don't want pipes to back up into homes because that creates another biological problem that they just don't want to deal with at this point. Big test for the levee system. More than $14 billion that they spent to post-Katrina, and we heard that one of the levees failed, but what we understand is that for the most part, the rest of the levee system did its job, which is why you're not seeing catastrophic flooding like what you saw during Hurricane Katrina.
But there is still a flooding concern. Actually, two things you just said. I thought, you know, you talked earlier about the fact, a reminder that it's summertime in New Orleans. So if you don't have electricity, you just quickly looked at the forecasted high today is 84. Not comfortable without an air conditioning unit working. And then you mentioned there is some rain in the forecast. In fact, there are concerns for at least 2 parishes about possible flooding, serious flooding, life-threatening flooding. What can you tell us?
Well, a lot of those parishes are near the shore. I mean, we had video that we showed earlier from Delacroix, Louisiana, and for people who don't understand when they talk about storm surge, they had a camera, this fire station had a camera up, and that water came up so fast that, you know, it's easy to get trapped in. These buildings behind me here, I-10 runs behind there, but there was some flooding that overtook I-10, a major highway. I mean, for people who aren't familiar, who don't come down south, you can follow I-10 all the way to Los Angeles. There were parts of it that were flooding, and drivers were pulling over and rescuing people out of their cars when they got inundated with water. So it was a fast-moving situation, but the coastal areas are concerned. That's why all the parish presidents down there were telling people, get out, evacuate now. What they were telling them was, if you have to call 911, we are not going to be able to help you because they can't jeopardize the lives of the first responders going out. So we know in some places, Grand Isle, at least 40 people hunkered down. We heard some 911 calls where people saying there's a collapsed condo wall, they need some help, and the first responder was like, I can't send my people out there. It's too dangerous. Now that the sun is up, they're hoping the water is receding, but where Vlad was, the water was actually still going up. It had gone down, but was going back up again. So it's really a touch and go based on where you are.
Yeah. We know now that Ida became a deadly storm after at least one person was killed, but we've seen this before. We know one person has been killed, but that doesn't mean that's where the death toll is going to stay, particularly as rescuers get a chance to get out and see what's going on, and also as people decide to get out, walk around, sometimes in standing water, which, you know, can be dangerous. You never know what's underneath that water. What's the latest on rescue efforts from officials?
Well, at this point, they're going out, and you know, it's the old school check on a neighbor, or if there's somebody does have a cell phone connection, they're able to call 911 and get some help. But right now, it's a lot of people in some of these parishes that are down there closer to the water. They're checking on a neighbor. They're walking around the neighborhood, knocking on a door and seeing, does so-and-so need help? Did their place collapse? What does it look like? Look, it's a grim reality. We're expecting the death toll to go up. It's not just going to be one. We'd be pleasantly surprised if it was, but you cover enough of these things, they're going to go around and they're going to find more death.
Yeah, we know that to be true. Omar, thank you very much.
Thank you.